Homemade tortillas are absolutely one of my favorite things to make at home. It is incredibly convenient to have store bought in your pantry. I definitely agree with that as well. But you have to, at least once in your life, make these homemade. I make them the traditional way: 3 cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 5 tablespoons of lard, 1 cup of very, very hot water. I run my tap for several minutes, ensuring the hottest water comes out, and then I go ahead and measure the 1 cup. You're going to get all your dry ingredients put together. Then you're going to add your fat. You can use olive oil, you can use butter. Like I said, I use lard. That's the traditional way. I have tried every way. I've even used coconut oil before. Hands down, the best way is with lard, and I will not use it and make these any other way because they really truly are the best. You're going to get a crumble mixture after you add your fat in, much like you would a biscuit or pie crust. Then near the end, you're going to add your 1 cup of water. You're going to probably question whether or not it's enough, but I promise you it will come together. Once you start mixing it with your spoon, if it's, once it looks like it's not incorporating it anymore, put a little flour on the surface, empty out the contents, and then you're going to knead your mixture for just a few minutes, ensuring everything is incorporated and that your flour will be properly um, moist near the end of the rest time. Homemade tortillas, when you first make them, I think feels like a lot of work. Although I don't love coming home from work to make meals that feel extravagant, I have many a times came home from work and whipped together homemade tortillas. It's not my favorite thing to do. If I can do it ahead of time, I do. That's more preferable. But you certainly could do it over a weeknight, no problem. Especially if you have extra hands helping you, that's always great too. Once you let your dough rest, you're going to section out your tortillas. How many you do is strictly based on the size of tortillas you want. After letting your tortillas rest 5-10 minutes, you can go ahead and start rolling them out. I've got a dry skillet heating up on the stove top behind me. You don't put oil or anything down. I use a cast iron skillet. You use whatever you have, and the key is getting them rolled as thinly as possible. Some of these are going to be kind of small. I think they're not even, but that's okay. Homemade tortillas, in my opinion, are one of the things that if you ever are going to scratch off of the buy at the store list and start making yourself, it would be tortillas. They're incredibly easy to make. You could make a ton ahead of time and actually just freeze them so that way you're not making them. Sometimes, you don't always, I guess, have a notice, and they're easy to grab from your pantry when you buy them from the store to do all sorts of things with them. But the flavor just cannot be beat, in my opinion, when it comes to homemade. I uh, divvied these out into 6 different balls here. So they'll make 6 tortillas. You could certainly weigh them out so they'll be more accurate in size. Makes no difference to me. For Christmas, my daughter gifted me this basket warmer. So I put that in the oven. The basket will hold this. I'm going to put a towel over top of that. And then as my tortillas come off the skillet, I'll place them in here, cover them, and it'll keep them nice and warm until we're ready to eat, which I absolutely love. Before I had this, I just kept them warm in a towel. We're eating relatively soon. So on the stovetop, I've got a flank steak going, and I've seasoned it with some carne asada. Once they're rolled out thin, you're going to put them on your hot skillet. They really only need 30-40 seconds on each side. You're going to see it starting to bubble.